Have you seen the new percussive massage devices? They're basically like a power drill with a golf ball attached to the end. What are your thoughts on those?
Two words, it depends. And that's how I would have to start any kind of uh, discussion of something like that. First of all, I need a context, and I would put any passive approach, of which this would be one. I would put any exercise prescription into this category as well. Let me ask, what is the goal? So you need an intervention here to achieve a goal. What's the goal? You must know this. And then test yourself and say, what is the best tool given what this patient has presented with to reach the goal? Now, if the answer is the percussive device, you've got your answer. But if you don't have a goal well defined by assessment, you're relying on dumb luck. So if I was to take two cases now, I would take a case of the person who has, unbeknownst to them, joint laxity through injury. They've lost a bit of disc height or whatever. To percuss that would stir up a hornet's nest. But to have someone who, unbeknownst to them, they never give their back muscles a break. If you were to palpate their erector spinae like this, and then feel them just as they're standing, they're rock hard. And all you had to do was to say, could you pull your ears over your shoulders? And then all of a sudden, the back muscles just went quiet. So you can imagine if I went around holding a pound of butter like this all day, my biceps by the end of the day would be screaming. Now I might get a little bit of stretch reflex, tendon modulated stretch, perception, feedback of analgesia. So a percussive device would do that. Did it address the cause? No, the cause was put the butter down and relax the muscle. So if I got the person to stand and hover, and this might be a good exercise to do for them, I'll say, relax, jazz hands, jazz knees. Now, get your ears over your shoulders and hover. Let's do this with zero muscle. Just relax and hover. We might go to a military at ease position. Did that take out the feeling of in your back that you were using the percussive device to deal? So do you see, I'm trying to, again, test myself. Now I know the goal would, if your answer is the percussive device is the very best tool, and it may very well be, but you've tested yourself and say, no, I have an alternate tool, and then I'm going to audit to see if I was right. Did the muscles shut down, and did the person report, thank you, doc. You didn't treat me like a 5-year-old. For the first time, you explained to me the mechanism, and now you've empowered me with a strategy to take out that muscle fatigue grip.
So what is the goal, and what is the best, or is this suggestion, this hypothesis, the best way to achieve that goal?
Could answer every day. I get asked, what do I think about deadlifts? And I love them and I hate them. If they're the right tool, they're the right tool.
So Cal Newport, who is a professor in, I can't remember where actually, but he's written a few books on digital minimalism, deep work, all themed around high performance, focus, eliminating distraction. And one of the methods he recommends is exactly what you've described about Facebook, about using Facebook. Because many people are afraid to give it up because they say, I keep in touch with my family and friends and whatever, neglecting the fact that it also drains hours and hours of their life every week. And
Awful.
The question is simply, okay, if Facebook didn't exist, what would be the best way for you to get in touch with your family and friends? What's the one that generates the most connection and the best deep relationship? And it would be, I would call them every fortnight or every week. Okay.
Better yet, wouldn't you go and visit them?
Oh,
if possible.
Even better. Yeah, COVID permitting. So yeah, it's looking at, just because Facebook is there and it's a convenient tool that's at our fingertips doesn't mean that it is the way to keep in touch with family and friends. It just happens to be the most obvious one. So yeah, I like that approach. It invalidates my next two questions though. I was going to ask you about mattresses, because